Hi, my name is Alec Goulet, and today we're doing an experiment for week 3 of General Chemistry 2 at Dual University. Today's going to be a very somewhat basic and one of all of our favorite experiments, just with some vinegar and baking soda. When we mix the two together, we see that there is obviously a reaction, so we'll have a little bit of vinegar, and then we'll add a little bit of baking soda and see what happens. And it seems to fizzle up, and if I put my hand over here, I can feel that there's a little bit of pressure that was created from the experiment. As it's still going on, we can see that it's fizzling and bubbling, and so there definitely is some type of reaction going on here. And we're going to do a little experiment with it today. We've got a bottle that I've created, and I've put some legs on it for support. We're going to try to create a little rocket with it. So what will happen is I'll put some vinegar in it. I'll take the cap off, pour some vinegar in it. I'm going to take some tissue paper, and I'm going to fold it up a little bit, put a little bit of baking soda, so we can control the reaction a little bit as I put a cork in, close it off, and then the reaction will start once I start shaking it up, turning it upside down, and we'll see what happens from there. Hopefully the cork will see if we can get some pressure from this reaction, and then we'll talk about it. Alright, so as I discussed inside, I have vinegar down here in the bottom of the bottle. At the top of the bottle, what I have done is I took a cork, I took that tissue paper, and I have baking soda in that tissue paper. So what's going to happen is as I mix the two together, the reaction will start. Hopefully I'll be able to get it upside down, shooken up enough so that we can see what happens in this experiment. Alright, here we go. So as we saw, there was a little bit of the reaction going on, and then we did actually get some vertical lift with our container too. So I'm sure if we were to change around the concentrations of the reaction, maybe got a little tighter cork, lighter bottle, we could see if we could get more lift. So let's take a look at the baking soda and vinegar rocket reaction. In order to take a look at it, let's look at what baking soda really is. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. What is vinegar? Vinegar is acetic acid, CH3COOH is one of the chemical formulas we can look at. The formula should look something like this. Acetic acid plus sodium bicarbonate yields acetate plus water plus CO2. Now, when we're looking at the reaction, our biggest byproduct is going to be the CO2, and that's what's used to create the pressure that ultimately ended up popping the cork in my experiment, and we created a little bit of lift because of that cork coming out because of the pressure that was created from the carbon dioxide. Without the carbon dioxide building up in the contained container, we wouldn't have had anything going on. But since the reaction was releasing carbon dioxide, or forming carbon dioxide, it ultimately built up, and we created pressure, and the cork was able to pop off, giving us some vertical lift in our experiment. While we look at this experiment, there is an acid-base equation that is happening. The water in the vinegar acts as a host where the base and acid react. During the reaction, when the baking soda is mixed with the vinegar, the baking soda which is the base, takes a proton from the vinegar, which is the acid. Alright, so we'll try it once more. I have a little bit more of the vinegar, a little bit more baking soda, and hopefully the cork is a little bit tighter so we can create a little bit more pressure to see if we can get more lift here. Unfortunately, first time I tried it, some baking soda did get into the vinegar from the tissue paper ripping, but we shall see if it works. Whoa. So that one obviously did work a lot better. Awesome. And it didn't hit my car.